morning and welcome back to the Forge. I'm going to start on a new build series today. Not sure what it's going to end up as. What we've got here is a piece of 1084, quarter inch thick, about 30mm wide. We're going to forge this down into, I'm thinking something like a Black Wolf. We'll see how we go. This is actually an offcut of the main billet that was used for Gaucho, Warthog, bunch of others. So that comes a 150mm wide piece in total. So you end up with these offcuts, and they're perfect for forging into a smaller blade. So bear with us. I've been quite unwell the last few days, and I don't know how long I'm going to go today. I get more than a couple of hours into the day and I've been feeling like I've been hauled out of the grave. So we'll see how we go. Hang with us and let's get at it. So now we've established our tip. Start on drawing this out. Now I'm not aiming for length with this billet. I'm aiming for width and thinning out the steel. So we're going to use the cross peen, the straight peen I should say. That'll help us to thin out the steel. Widen it. Now that we've got that tip section widened out a bit, I'm going to work my way back up the length a bit. So we're shooting for a 6 to 7 inch blade. So I've made a mark on my anvil face here so I know where that is. So I just put a little notch in the back spine there so I can know where to start isolating the Tang from. This will be a hidden Tang knife, more than likely with an antler handle. Haven't decided yet whether the guard will be stainless steel or bronze, maybe brass, maybe copper. Probably not copper. I'm sick of working with it and I hate it. So we'll see where we end up. Okay, so we've worked out where our Tang's going to be. We're going to start refining that blade shape now. might be asking yourself why I'm not forging into Tang any further. Mostly because I have a guard in stainless that was cut out for another knife that ended up with a failed sand my blade, and I think I'd like to use it, but I'm not sure on refinement and the actual width of tang that I need and what's going to work with my piece of antler yet, so I'll probably end up cutting the tang. So right now we're just going to finish refining the blade. It's pretty close. We've got some nice distal taper in there. We've brought that down from 6mm down to it's probably about 3mm at the tip and maybe 4.5 at the ricasso. So it's pretty much where I want it for thickness wise. It's good for width. We're now going to look at starting to forge into bevels. Got a hump that I want to knock off there, or I may just grind that off. But as for now, we've pretty much got distal taper on that. So we're going to shut the forge off and do a little bit of grinding on this, and we'll see you back shortly. So we've done a bit of grinding, pulled that tang down to somewhere close to where we wanted. I've worked out a sizing that I need to work with the guard that I want to work with. Now I'm just going to go through and thin this tang down a bit further because it's too wide and too thick. I'm not touching that Tang down near the very bottom of the ricasso side, because it's already about the width thereabouts that I want to keep it at. And we're going to set this in a recessed Tang so that the guard sits on there nice and flush. But I'm going to thin out the back end of it. Makes it a bit easier to grab with my my bolt jaw tongs, and take a bit of that width out and a bit of thickness out of it, and then we'll finish up the bevels and what have you on the blade. let that sit and cool down for a minute now, and then it's all on to grinding.